Which they got. Yeah, so no life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gonna start Look at you right now. Obviously, that's lit, as you can see and shit. So, there it goes. Mm. The Menendez brothers are gonna be walking out pretty soon. They might.
Welcome to Masters of Mysteries Cold Case File Games, where you become the detective. Dive into over 25 authentic documents, evidence.
This week, Dylan plays by Dylan Page. Ben the Menendez, the Menendez, the Menendez brothers, the Menendez brothers, could soon walk free. Let's get into it.
After 30
They are. My first time hearing about them, like, just listening. Mm.
35 years in prison, the Menendez brothers may walk free. McDonald's had a major E. coli outbreak in their quarter pounders. Humanoid robots are becoming too much like us. The world's land and trees stopped absorbing CO2, and this is the most terrifying picture you will see this week. All of that and more. Don't just like the video, but love it, and let's get cracking! Okay, let's kick today off with some news that broke last night, because we just got a wild twist in what's become one of the most notorious cases in the United States. The Menendez brothers. After 35 years in prison, looks like Lyle and Eric, who are now in their 50s, may soon walk free thanks to new evidence. What evidence, you may ask? Well, let's get into it. Now, for anyone that hasn't seen the Netflix movies and documentaries, I feel like there's a million by now. For context, they were convicted in the early 90s for the shocking shotgun murders of their parents when they were only just 18 and 23. And this case at the time gripped national attention and now global attention. Not just due to the brutal nature of the crime, but also because after they claimed that they suffered years of abuse by their father. And due to that conflicting effect it seems to have had on people, people are still wrapped up in this case decades later. I mean, at the time, they were getting freaking love letters being sent to them in prison. And
There's always this fucking white girl, though. No. Those the white girls that be doing that. Serial killer. Kills their family. Oh. I love you. You're so handsome. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
And the years passed and the attention and fascination died down a bit, but then the Netflix series dropped. And now you've got a whole new younger generation getting re-fascinated by this case. And now you even have the 2024 version of Love Letters, aka TikTok edits. decades later, why now? What the hell has changed? Well, last night, the LA District Attorney, George Gascon, he recommended that the brothers be resentenced, which could open the door for parole.
They have been in prison for nearly 35 years. I believe that they have paid their debt to society.
Now, this comes after new evidence has surfaced, including a letter written by Eric before the murders that allegedly describes the ongoing abuse by their father, which was one of those main key points that they based their innocence off of. But even more compelling than that, a former Menudo band member has accused their father, Jose Menendez, of sexual abuse, which bolsters the brothers' long-standing defense that, their actions were triggered by trauma. But as we briefly mentioned, there's also been this huge push from social media, predominantly the younger generation, because they've shown a huge support for their release. And
Sure, of course. Ooh. Actually so good. They were abused by the father. See, that's kind of worth it. Low key. You think about it. Them ending it. Low key valid.
partially fueled by the Netflix series. And with all of this buzz on social media and with the recommendation from the DEA, things seem to be shifting fast. However, it is important to know that even if they are eligible for parole, the whole process will probably take a bit of time. So it's not like they're going to get released tomorrow, because they still need to go before a parole board. But ultimately, as of right now, it's down to a judge to determine whether they walk free or stay locked up. But moving on. Okay, I want you to take your little beady eye.
How the hell did the shoes come off from... Okay, and what the hell? Is that a cave? Or is that upside down? Is the person dead? Yo. The neck is under. You see, it's just gonna be losing oxygen. And being under like that can kill you.
Eyes and look at this, because this is terrifying. Yesterday, in Australia, this girl, she drops her phone, right?
Of course Australia, bro. Of course Australia spot is there. Right next. There's probably giant spot is there. Right next to him. Calling intake big as shit. Fucking intake big as shit. Crawling around there. Bigger than your head.
And it falls in between these two boulders.
Look at why reach for it. Why not just... Oh, girl. Sure. Why not just put your legs on the one of the... What's it called? The cave, or whatever they call it. The end opening. Just go like that. To reach down. Boom. Pick it up slowly. So you don't fall inside. And if one of your leg falls in, your other, you can use your hand to grab onto the thing. And boom. You basically don't fall. I'm like, what the hell you reach onto like that? That's dumb.
Boulders. She tries to reach for it, falls.
Look. You can easily put your leg through on both of them.
In and then gets trapped between the two upside down. You see those feet? Yeah, well, so is everyone else in the world. She has one of her arms wedged to her side while the other one is wedged above her head like a freaking superhero. Now her friends try and do everything they can to get her out, but eventually, out of desperation, they call for emergency services. Should have done that immediately. And if anyone's getting Nutty Putty Cave vibes from this, and Alex is showing you that if you don't get the reference, then well, you should, because it's pretty much exactly the same, except a lot less worse.
Dude, that in cave, that's actually insane. If you don't know the details, don't Google it.
Now, she remained upside down for a staggering 7 hours.
Yeah, she was probably...
Before the rescue team used this specialized winch to move boulders out the way, and then they gently, what they used, they said snake her out. So, and when she was rescued, she was dizzy, her head was swollen. Just think about the blood to your head for 7 hours. And it took a while for her to regain feeling in her legs. But ultimately, she said she only suffered cuts and grazes. Pretty damn good, considering. Now, I don't know what was gonna happen if they couldn't rescue her, because why does bro have a gun? Huh?
Just in case an animal comes there. You know, you gotta think about the different things that can happen. An animal could just show up out of nowhere. Or maybe a serial killer.
Did you need it for something? If all plans is at a plan B?
Yep.
Oh, her phone was never found.
GG.
Moving on. Okay, here is something that I cannot believe more people are not speaking about. Trees and land absorbed almost no CO2 last year. And the consequences of that is not just devastating, but it's something that scientists haven't even factored in to their climate models. I mean, just look at what's happening in Finland. And get ready for this one, because this one it's terrifyingly fascinating. Best way to describe it. You see, us humans, we emit a bunch of carbon into the atmosphere every year. But thankfully, about half of all of our dirty little emissions is absorbed by, the planet's oceans, forests, soils, and other natural carbon sinks. And carbon sinks being a phrase used by scientists to describe something that absorbs...
Isn't it photosynthesis? Right. Or germination. What? So it's possible to be because germination. Never mind what it is. It's absorbed it. Absorbed carbon dioxide. It's absorbed it. Absorbed carbon dioxide and change it into oxygen.
Absorbs more carbon than it releases. So we like carbon sinks. But then, shockingly, this preprint study found that in 2023, Earth's land as a CO2 sink almost dropped to a net zero. That's the lowest it's been in over 20 years. And the study also showed that because of that drastic drop, and we'll get into the reasons why it happened in a second, but the Earth's oceans actually had an increase in uptake of CO2 to compensate. And while you think that's good, right? That's Earth, leveling things out. Well, there are some dangerous factors in that happening. One of which we covered.
More tornadoes. More fucking tsunamis, whatever you call it. It's just more of everything. This tornadoes is basically warm air and cold. Something like that. Hot or something.
Extensively. Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helene. Yeah, those two. Because the more carbon the oceans have to absorb, the warmer they become. We all know what happens when you have warm oceans. Hurricane
sea level rise
Helene and Hurricane Milton. Well, the rapid intensifications of storms and other extreme weather events. Not great. And I mean, what's happening in Finland is the craziest example.
What the hell is that, snow? The ice?
Of this. It's the most extreme example. Shout out stuff. Now, Finland is known for having some of the most ambitious net zero targets in the world, with them trying to reach this target at least 15 years ahead of...
Welcome to the world's first real battle royale!
Of their other European counterparts. But despite them cutting an impressive 43% of emissions, because the amount of CO2 that their forest in particular absorbed declined a staggering 90% from 2009 to 2022. Just look at that graph. Alex is blowing your mind right now. Because of that, their net emissions as a country are pretty much the same as they were in the early 1990s. It's as if 30...
So they did all that just to get back to the same state. It's like working out. Used to have no improvements after doing it for like 3 years. Being consistent, just have not even 1% extra. That seems wild. That's crazy.
years has passed and almost nothing has happened. That's what we're dealing with. And this paper cited similar declines in countries and regions around the world, including Europe, North America, Southeast Asia, but most severely, the Amazon rainforest. Shockingly, they said that a severe drought in the second half of 2023 caused the region to switch from a carbon sink into a carbon source. So, why is this happening? Currently, scientists don't fully understand it, right? But they have some good estimations. Firstly, 2023 was the hottest year on record. Researchers believe it's primarily attributed to droughts, wildfires, and heat waves. There's a lot of technical reasons why that is, which I urge you just to go look it up yourself, otherwise
End of the world, guys. End of the world.
this story will be about 10 years long and Alex will die. But the truth is, bring it down for a second, that they're hoping that 2023 was a bit of an anomaly and that this could bounce back. But they also say that it's goddamn important that it does, because reaching any net zero targets is impossible without nature doing its part. And if we lose that, honestly, I think we're cooked. That's what they say, at least. So, I guess talking about one bad future, let's talk about another potentially good future, but also could be very devastating too. Humanoid robots, god damn it, are getting creepier by...
What the hell type of... What's that movie Will Smith was in? Is it iRobot? Some shit like that. This nigga, what the fuck? This nigga. What the hell is he trying to play? I wanna play it. iRobot right here. Nigga. What the hell? Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Oh shit. That's about to be him soon. Bro, look at you. Shut up. I will end the world.
By the day, nay, the second. Okay, so I want to show you this. A startup from Poland called Clone Robotics. Well, they're on a mission to create the most human-like, I don't know why, robots in existence. Even going as far as to use a musculoskeletal body using hydraulic, kind of similar to the Iron Man story, was it yesterday? Whenever it was. Hydraulic tendon muscles covered in this stretchy skin-like fabric. Ugh. Oh, and this is not just, for show to creep us out, right? Because they claim that their hand is the strongest biomimetic hand in the world. So, this becomes real.
Couldn't this Loki help with, what's it called? What's it called? The people who don't have hands could be like a prosthetic. New gen.
Feel? Well, again, we're cooked. And this is potentially even the creepiest part. Just like in the movies, their artificial muscles, if they are punctured, they bleed. Why? Yeah, getting serious now. Let's swiftly move on.
David. Very splendid. It would be so unfortunate if we, if you accidentally fall, and now you are done. That's how it's gonna be, bro.
Also this week, there was this one's crazy, a major E. coli outbreak that was linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounder burgers. How bad, you may ask? Well, this is where it gets serious. No more laughing. Because one person died, 48 others got seriously sick, 10 of which...
Someone's gonna sue them. Someone might sue them. 1% died. McDonald's might get sued.
Which were hospitalized, and there were even reports that one child suffered serious kidney damage. What are in the burgers? Now, this apparently affected 10 states in America, and McDonald's...
Why the fuck are kids eating fucking, what's it called? McDonald's, bro. At least give them some, salad, What the hell you giving them fucking
McDonald's
burger?
quickly took those burgers off the menu. But at this point, you might be wondering, E. coli, right? Isn't that the
Makes these chicken for them and shit. And E. coli isn't that from fucking cow shit? Oh, it's probably from the berry meat.
freaking
Not contaminated. Maybe someone accidentally put shit in there. Right.
the poo sickness? Well, here's the thing. Yes and kind of no. E. coli is actually like a bacteria that lives naturally in the stomachs of humans and animals. And it's usually harmless. It helps with digestion, so it's pretty good, but sometimes some strains, well, they, as we know, can be deadly. And it's closely linked with fecal matter because it lives in our intestines. So when it does end up in the wrong places, like water or food, it's often because of contamination from ye old fecal matter. Now, they still don't know how exactly it got in these burgers, whether that be the onions or the meat, but apparently a fast-moving investigation
Might be the
is...
meat. Like, if you think about it, it could be the meat. What the hell does the onion... Wait. Maybe the onions. Because they use feces to grow things, plants, easier and faster. The more it's on it, the more it eats, the more it gains, nutrients from the feces. So, it might just pour cotton on it. You didn't wash it or clean it properly. It just go on it and boom, GG's.
underway. So, moving on. Okay, major issues here. I'm just getting a notification. I think it's time. Rapid fire news. Boeing really cannot catch a freaking break this year. Because also this week, a Boeing-made communication satellite exploded in space after encountering what they described as an anomaly. Man, how these corporations like to use their words. Slightly ridiculous. Now, not only did this explosion disrupt people in 3 separate continents, but it also scattered debris all over the space. Get it? Space? Now, Space Force. Come on, they couldn't have come.
What the hell is the Space Force even do? Niggas are just there just to be there. Y'all don't even pay money, millions of dollars. It's just there to be there, bro. Are they police officers that go to space?
Come up with a more less movie sounding name than Space Force? Is that a real thing? I'm pretty sure, wasn't there a series based on that with the guy from The Office, Steve Carell? Anyway, Space Force is tracking about 20 pieces of debris, while Russia's space agency, they say that there's more than 80 fragments just floating around up there. Well done, Boeing. Moving on. You know what else is floating up there? I won't mention it. Moving on. Okay. I couldn't wait to do this one. This one is for all the OGs of the channel. Now, as some of you will remember from previous videos, phone theft in London is horrendous. It is so bad that every 6 minutes, a phone is stolen in that city.
Yeah, I'm happy to move to London. I'm a London scam. In it, don't appropriate podcast for the whole lyrics, man. Forgot it.
That is crazy. As a Londoner, what do? Well, you buy this cake.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and any...
Ace. Problem solved. This is called the Unsnatchable phone case, and it was created by Joan London. And you know what? Considering the name, I would like it to do the opposite. I want it to be the Snatchable phone case because just try. Bud, I don't really know what else you'd use it for because you're not exactly going to put that in your pockets, but on the streets of London, that's my phone case. Next! I've heard your tears, guys. I heard it. You know, you think that the world is gonna end, there's no good news out there, But I've made it my mission today to round this video out with some good news for the heart. Some good cholesterol. Now, again, for the OGs, I don't know if you guys remember, but I covered a story mid this year of these kids in Sierra Leone that created the world's first hour-long superhero movie that...
What the hell, bro? What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god. Hey. What the hell? What the heck? I know this sounds cringy as shit, but like, what the hell is this, bro? 81% right way, so wait, am I like me? Don't even know what to say. Once, twice, take them away. I do it again, might swing, bitch. I don't even care. I don't even care about the weight. Give me another 1, 2. Give me a whole new cage, bitch. I'm trying to hit that wrist, hit this. I'm trying to meet a weight. I'm trying to see this, I'm trying to beat this, I'm trying to beat the case. Like, I didn't get no 90, I feel scammed, bro. Nigga scammed me. I spent like over 2K on this and boom, I'm fucking scammed, bro. Holy.
that was entirely created and edited on CapCut. Yeah, the freaking mobile editing app. And to be fair, I edited all of my videos on CapCut, so I know the kind of pain that they would have gone through, especially with the edits that they were putting in. Are you seeing this? And honestly, ever since I made that video about them, like, I've never really got them out my head. Because anytime, you know, I've been ready to throw out an excuse or two, I think of them and how much they did. 2 months of editing to create this movie, and they're in their 3rd movie. They already created 2. So yeah, I got no excuses. And it's because it was in my head that when I saw yesterday, news came out that Idris Elba decided that he was gonna move to Africa as a part of his, his efforts to bolster and promote and amplify Africa's movie industry. He even said that he's working on building film studios in Zanzibar and Ghana, saying that Africa has so much talent, but their facilities need help. I saw this and I was like, man, do I have the perfect people for you, good sir. So I make a video, post it on my TikTok asking everyone to tag Idris, get him to see this video, to notice these guys, and guess freaking what? Boys, we did it! Not only did Idris Elba see the video, but like the absolute legend he is, he DM'd them, he watched their entire movie, and then said he was so impressed by the work that they put in that he's gonna email them with an opportunity. Come on, right? These guys' lives are about to change forever because they never backed down, they never gave up, and it's all thanks to you guys, because ultimately, alone, we are weak. Together, we are strong. I'm pretty sure that's a reference from something. Alone, weak, together, strong sticks. It's a good one. But the point is, that's what this is all about. That is why I love you guys, and that is why today's whippings will be whippings of love. I mean, I appreciated these 3 comments from last video so much that I just wanted to say thank you, and I love you, and get them on the wall. Get them on the freaking 53. Oh my god. Okay, I've got 7 minutes. What do I do? Everyone say hello to the first 3 whippings of love. I love you so much. Woo! And then for the final fantastic piece of news, this week, Egypt was officially declared malaria-free after a 100-year effort. 100 years to try and stamp out this disease. I mean, that is the kind of news that we should all be freaking making a big deal about. Now, the historic achievement was announced by the World Health Organization by saying, malaria is as old as Egyptian civilization itself, but the disease that plagued the pharaohs now belongs to its history and not its future. How freaking cool is that? What's even crazier, globally, only 44 countries have achieved this milestone. Well done, what a video. Woo! Maybe we should end off with good news more often because I feel fired up. I love you guys, thank you for everything, and I will see you in the next one. Woo!
Appreciate y'all niggas, bro. Shit. It's a lucky fella. How's the 30 minutes already, bro? Appreciate you. Peace out, bro.